So we're starting out today, stopped at the Colmado quickly for a juice, and we're going to explore the old train route. So come along with us as we discover the original train route from Sánchez to Puerto Plata. 9 a.m. brewski. Not for me. I'm looking for juice. So we've entered the route right at the bottom of Sánchez, and we are on a man-made causeway. So the area is quite marshy all around us. We can see evidence of quite high water table, but also a lot of evidence around here of ancient water. It looks like all of this used to be underwater. But this man-made trail looks like we're going to be encountering some cows. We have a lot of cow farms along the way.
The Jeep could be considered a threat. And those mamas can hurt my Jeep. So I'm going to cross through here. In fact, I think I'm going to let them cross past me. Espera. Seriously, their horns are just too big. Seriously, don't want to piss off any of those dudes. Oh, look at the babies. Hola, ¿cómo está?
I would highly recommend this trip for bird watchers. We have seen some spectacular birds. We've seen weaver nests, great herons, lots of egrets. So part of exploring is exploring roads that are on the map and roads that are not on the map. My goal today is to follow as much of this old rail line, you can see it going all the way down there, as possible. According to Google Maps, the road actually ends right here. And that's the road that I've just come from. And as you can see, the road continues. I don't know how much further. According to the map, approximately half a kilometer, it picks up another road. So one of two things: either there is no road, I'm just going to be able to go so much further and then I'll have to stop, or I'll encounter a fence and it's private property to be able to cross over to the next road. But I'm going to carry on and we'll see how far we can get. So it looks like the road does connect. There was no fence, there was no private property, it was just the same road. So as we traveled along the road, we've come across some spectacular plants: the caoba tree, this spiky flower, which is actually called a candlestick, Christmas candlestick. We've seen field after field of rice, and this incredible old mangrove tree. The ground here is very flat. There's very few trees. In a lot of the trees we do see termite nests, but mostly we see a lot of cows. We've seen a lot of little groups of baby cows and groups of mum cows. So it looks like that's one of the major farming incomes out here. In these lower wetlands, we've seen no barrios and no houses, just the odd little raised structure.
So we clearly came to a section of the road that is much drier, much more high and dry. There are signs of bigger trees here, and I've seen banana plantation. We just drove through a field of corn. So we've clearly come into some higher ground.
This is another one of those roads that isn't on the map. So wherever this guy is going with the cows, when I look at Google Maps, there is a village that is down there, but it doesn't show any road connecting to it. Now we're starting to see some houses.
Sky is full of dragonflies. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but I've seen more dragonflies along this little trip than I think I've ever seen in my whole life. I don't think I've ever seen a whole group of dragonflies like that. There's going to be over 100.
We've just come to another section of the road that's not on Google Maps. And there's another little side road not on the map. Rice fields, lots of rice. Almost as far as the eye can see, we can see rice. Muy bueno. ¿Qué se llama?
Hina.
Mira. Mira.
Hey.
So I've just spotted a great white heron. As soon as I start driving towards it, I'm sure it's gonna fly away. But Reno. So I'm gonna zoom so that I don't know. So that's the end of the first section. We've done approximately the first 30 kilometers of the original train route. We are going to try and do the other sections before the end of the summer. We'll see how we make out. But thanks for coming along, and hopefully you can join us for the last part.